Hello guys, welcome to wicso episode. I think it's 6 by now. So let's start. For the first event, we actually see some more exploration up to Russia and down into Africa. So they go further down the African coast until they are about here. So they're kind of going around the Sahara Desert because they don't really want to be in the Sahara Desert. Because they saw there's desert, so they don't explore in that much. They go further down the Middle East, the Arabian Peninsula, I think it's called, and land in Africa. I think they found a new island, but no, then they meet up with things they have already seen. No, they have just explored further into Africa with that. So a lot of exploration at first. So I explored a bit into the Sahara Desert. And then Tunisia starts a new small war. The Golden Iberians to finally kick them out of Africa, which works. They even drag them into Europe, but at that point they just stop. The Iberians at this point just giving up their African claims, giving them to Tunisia. Then they go down the Moroccan coast, and yeah, they expand a lot because they see their opportunity to actually become a great power, which they kind of already are. They first major war they fight in, they absolutely win, and then they win have kind of a win roulette. They are the only country that started out in Africa and actually now owns European land because of a victory. So they're really starting strong. Although they're a newer nation, they really started strong and are getting strong. Just even stronger the longer they exist. Poland being right on the border of Russia actually expands into more eastern territories. Until they land about here, which is fairly far. It's not that big of an expansion, but it's enough for Poland for now. They're kind of a new nation, coming from the Germans that actually still exist, although they're not anywhere close to their greatest extent. And you can see that with the Danish now rebelling from the Germans, who kind of do their own thing. They push the Germans down to right here. Then the Germans say you can have your independence, which kind of hurts the Germans because they have less access the world oceans, because this is not that much, because they've also lost this kind of small part to the puppet state of France, with this territory kind of also being claimed by the Danish. But not really, because they also do their own thing. So Danish have similar wars to real life actually, but only similar. And we kind of see a Swedish nation building up more of like a Nordic Union nation because it also goes down to Norway. It's a Nordic Union. We call it the Nordic Union. They both absolutely need capitals. So Danish capital would be like around here. Well, the Swedish capital will be like here. The Northern Union's capital. As you can see, I've actually made some capitals by now, which is amazing. I'm pretty behind with capitals, but I did it. This time I did it in the episode, actually. Amazing, right? Amazing. Say amazing in the comments. Yeah. Further along, they capture parts of southern Norway until it gets colder and their expansion is a bit less, but plans to get like most of Scandinavia with no one really being there. It's free real estate, you know. Although it's not free, this costs money to expand so much. So they stop around this point. With now people from Poland disagreeing with the Polish government and also landing about here and building the Baltic country. It's kind of around Latvia. It starts around Latvia and kind of builds up. Going up into Estonia at some point and going down into Lithuania. With Estonia being completely captured by the Baltics now. And them also heading down to Lithuania, with them meeting up with the Polish. So this union also gets a capital, which is going to be right here. Now we see a lot more new countries on the world map, which is interesting. We see a lot of countries, a lot of exploration, because we call this new era since the war which completely destroyed Germany. Now it's the era of exploration. And we can see that because there's a lot more territory explored of the world now that this war is over. So they head further into Russia. After some time, after some exploration, they do say, it's kind of interesting out there, and we don't know what's out there. So what's their plan is? So their plan is to find what's out there. How can you find what's out? How can you see what's out there? It's kind of easy. Going there. It's that easy. You just need to go there. So what they do is explore. So in kind of in a spearhead exploration move, they move out and explore as much territory as they can and see what's out there, because they see it's really large, I guess. Probably because there's Asia right here. And they have not been into Asia that much. But Ukraine, aka the Green Empire, because it's not really Ukraine, because it kind of has the weird border that reaches down to the Caucasus. They want to expand, obviously, because they want to get rid of their weird border. Do is explore as much as they can, so they know what territories can be settled best. So with them having explored that much territory, they also expand a lot. Them connecting better up with their Caucasus claims and stuff. Them reaching the sea, the Caspian Sea, I think it's called. Yeah, I think it's the Caspian Sea. Kind of making a great green empire, which is crazy. They have formed a pretty giant empire. It's probably one of the biggest countries on Earth. Actually, they go up into Europe and reach Poland and have now kind of blocked Poland off from any more expansion. Because once they were Ukraine, now they're kind of the Russia, because they've expanded massively now. They go around the Baltic countries, with them having a lot of money and taking a lot of people from other countries saying, we're open here, we want people to settle all of these areas we got here. So they gain people fast, they gain money fast, they gain territory fast, so it's going really, really well for the green team right now. It's kind of their dream happening right now. So, but then they are kind of a bit broke, because they've just expanded so massively, like, that's crazy. But they're kind of broke, kind of extremely broke. So they stop around this point, with some people even breaking off and forming their own, forming the Finnish country, a Finnish country right here, which also meets up with the Russian, Ukrainian, the green team. It just connects up with the green team. And yeah, that's Finland for you. They also obviously get a capital. Let's put it right here. Oh, that's the wrong color. Put it right here. And now they further expand, further look what Asia has to offer. With a lot of countries from our alliances, you can see the Triangle Alliance, being between the blue team, the green team, which once were enemies, but now they're friends again. The Polish, the green team, the blue team, and the British, now they work together to kind of explore into what they call is the unknown world. And they go down to the Caspian Sea and actually explore the entire Caspian Sea, so they know what's that. Once they thought it was an ocean, now they know it's a lake. Now they know it's more of a lake. I'm also finding this one and exploring into Persia, which is big. So lots of exploration this episode, lots of new areas being discovered, lots of new area to actually build countries. But now people from countries over here absolutely want to settle right here, but the countries don't want to expand all of this territory. So what they do is they go down and actually go down to India. And after they went down to India, they finally made their own country, which is gonna be this kind of color, which is gonna be an Indian country, southern Indian, or like Indian country. They expand up to here and stop. That's their area. The capital being right here. Why is it always the color of the country? Being right there. And now there's a lot of explored territory in the world. And Cyprus, seeing their opportunity to strike again against the blue team, and saying that they're the better country, because they're kind of, if you watch the previous episodes, they're kind of in an arms race. They really want to show that they're the better ones. They expand. After a long time, they expand for the first time ever again. And it goes really well, so they expand a lot. They actually reach down to all the way over here and meet the sea now. The borders now finally have reached the sea. And they have expanded out into a lot of territory. Obviously, right now it's still easy to expand because this territory is owned by nobody. But later, it's gonna be way harder to expand. Them expanding around to Persia. And them having a great empire at this point. And really, this time the green team is like, wow. Oh, not the green team, the blue team's like, wow, we cannot expand like anywhere. Max expansion is so they kind of get the rest of the Caucasus, but it's kind of really unconnected. So it's imminent that there's a rebellion soon. So then seeing they cannot expand anywhere else, they sail down and reach Africa. They do is expand in Africa, making a kind of a pseudo-colony. Practically a colony, but it's part of the mainland, so I don't know. It's like Algeria and France. Like northern Algeria and France. Like that. So they expanded into Africa this time. So yeah, the world got way more interesting. I'd like to see you in the next episode. With that, bye. One last thing though. I will soon release my maps. So you can look at them yourself and like kind of make your own scenarios on them. Bye.